Hi team, good morning. Today we'll be discussing about why learn the basic of commercial air conditioning refrigerants. Recently, there was a EPA phased down production and consumption of hydrofluorocarbon by 85% by 2036. I think they gave a schedule on the HFC phase downs starting 2022. So there's a reduction of certain refrigerants like R410A, those HFC refrigerants. That has a potent greenhouse gases that affects our ozone layer, and to lower also the temperature by 0.5 degrees C by 2100. So there's a reduction from 90% 2022 to 2023, 2024 to 2028, 60%. So 2029 to 2033, about 30%. So what does it mean? It will affect also those chillers or air conditioning that uses R410A, R134A, and if there's a need to do some uh, stocking so that you'll be able to control the price, no? As well. We have to be aware about refrigerant color coding. So I provide some data from R12 to R407. No? I think you have to be familiar on the color coding and the size in terms of uh, tank that you're ordering. For the refrigerant data, remember uh, the lower the pressure, uh, the lower the consumption. The higher the pressure, the higher the power consumption. And these are the refrigerant data that we are working on for all commercial air conditioning, the R22, R32, R134A, R290, R404A, R407, R410A, we use it for our VRF, R717 for large commercial air conditioning or ice plant, and also the R134ZE are is the replacement refrigerant for R134A because it's already a HFO and has a lower global warming potential, which is almost equal to 1. As compared to R22, R134A, R404, 410. That's why industries are also pushing on the propane, the use of propane, the use of R32, and the use of R13123 Let's study some of the refrigerant data. There are different refrigerant pressure, but for us to avoid confusion when we are dealing with our technician at site, we should have a common working knowledge or common working principles that the suction temperature will be at 40 degrees Fahrenheit and the discharge temperature at 115 degrees Fahrenheit. I was helped by Engineer Cherry and Mandato preparing some of the data on R14A. So if you're working on 115 degrees Fahrenheit, discharge pressure, and then so between expansion valve up to compressor, you have a high pressure environment on that. Subcooling happens on the condenser, so you have a 8 to 12 degree Fahrenheit temperature difference, delta T on that. So you'll be subcooling. So if you're working R410A, expect a pressure of 391.2. And then when it's subcooled, the temperature of the refrigerant to between 6 to 12. So you got almost 107 degree Fahrenheit. So you'll be working on a pressure of about 350.5. And then and as it goes through the expansion valve, it will go down to about 30 degree Fahrenheit, and your working pressure will be 97.1. Definitely, all this pressure will vary based on site condition, but for us to have a common working principle or knowledge when you are in the field together with the technicians, you must be familiar with all of these things. So, and then your superheat happens on the evaporator, and there's a 10 degree to 12 degree Fahrenheit delta T. So, and so meaning the refrigerant will boil inside the evaporator tubes to produce cooling, and then it will reach about temperature of 40 degree F, which is our working pressure for that is about 118.4 psig for a R410A refrigerant. For R32, remember R32 has a higher refrigerant, has a higher pressure uh, uh, characteristic. So you have a 404.41.4 if you're working on a with temperature of 115 degree Fahrenheit. So the same thing, but your pressure changes because you're working on a different refrigerant. 359 to 99.1 psi at 30 degree, and at 40 degree F, it's 121 psig. For 134A, the working pressure is 158.4. No? Remember, R134A is medium pressure refrigerant. So from 158.4 psig based on 115 degree Fahrenheit discharge temperature. So you're working on a subcooling between 6 to 12, no? Within the condenser. So your pressure will go down to about 139.5, and your temperature at 107 degree Fahrenheit. Still high pressure. And as it enters expansion valve, since our working temperature is between 40 degree on the suction, and you have a superheat happening in the evaporator, so you'll have a 10 to 12 degree delta T. So your low pressure as it enters the evaporator is about 26.09 at 30 degree Fahrenheit temperature of refrigerant. So for R449, these are the conditions. So we use R449 for our refrigeration system. And also R32, most of us are familiar with this. And this is a refrigerant that is banned already for production. But it's there are still equipment that uses R22. The old equipment. So R404 is also has a working pressure of 289.7, and on the discharge and on the suction it has a working pressure of about 85.37 based on a working temperature 40 transaction, 40 degree Fahrenheit and 115 degree Fahrenheit on the discharge. When to add refrigerant? I think this was shared to us by our colleagues from RE. The rule of thumb for the calculation of additional refrigerant oil and refrigerant charging shall be when the prescribed standard length per unit capacity as shown. So you need to provide a recommended additional charge, uh, 5 ml of refrigerant for each additional 5 meter of refrigerant, length of refrigerant piping. So note that each air conditioning manufacturer follow different standards which must be verified and consulted with. So if you're working on a VRF, we can also give you that calculation. These are for only for split, no? Small commercial. Remember, when you are working on a different brand of air conditioning, different brand provides different controls. So you have to know them. Unless certain brand are being worked on by an OEM manufacturer. So what are the learnings? So HFC phase down by 2024 has started already. Remember that as of 2020, based on Montreal Protocol, R22 is already banned in the Philippines. And Unitec Agree complied on R22 as of banning as of 2019. No? R14A, remember, is a higher pressure, means higher power consumption. So if you deal with R22 or other refrigerant with lower pressure, it means lower power consumption. There are innovations on inverter compressor units, which most of the manufacturers are working already, I believe. You have to get hold of that. And remember, VRF operates at the lowest 40% loads. No? And superheats happen at evaporator. Subcooling happens at condenser coil. No? Replacement HFO refrigerant for R134A is R1234ZE, which apply for large air conditioning for better CO. Different brands uses different controls unless it is an OEM products of large manufacturer. So thank you very much. I hope you have your learning for today. God bless.